Whether you're looking to retire, pursue new adventures, or simply cash out for your hard work, selling your company can be both exciting and challenging. From understanding the critical factors that influence the sales price to effectively marketing your company to potential buyers, we'll review each step that you need to be aware of so that when you consider selling your business, you know what to expect. Hi, I'm Trent Lee. Over the last 5 years, I've sold 600 businesses and have been named the #1 business broker in the country 5 years in a row for the most closed transactions per year. I make these videos so that one day you'll want to hire me to help you sell your business. The first step in selling your company is to assess its value. This is key to determining a realistic asking price. Whatever you do, don't price the business at some random figure that you feel is worthwhile for you to sell. Unfortunately, that's not how business valuations work. Be sure to hire a business appraiser or a business broker who can do what's called a going concern valuation on your business to determine the fair market value. Here's the cold hard truth. Assuming you've hired a competent appraiser and broker, trust their valuation. It may be higher than you think, or it may be lower than you anticipate. Whatever you do, don't be one of those sellers that says, for example, the fair market value after a business broker and a business appraiser meets with you and determines it's, for example, $750,000, and you try and put it on the market for way over its true market value. That's a waste of time for you. It's a waste of time for the professional team you're working with. By working with buyers who have their own team to help justify their asking price, it's a waste of time for them as well. It's not going to get sold. If the valuation is lower than you want, then commit to growing your business, making it more profitable, and try again in the future once you can justify a higher asking price. Next, it's time to prepare the necessary documentation. Organize your financial statements, contracts, and any other relevant documents that would be important for a potential buyer for them to review. Presenting well-documented the company's financials and other documentations will make it more attractive to buyers. This will take time, and it's called building the data room of the due diligence documents. If you're not sure what to include, this is where the experience of a business broker comes into play. You can work with a business broker or an M&A advisor. Reach out to someone who knows what they're doing. They can give you a customary and ordinary list of due diligence documents that can help you build your data room so that when you're ready, a potential buyer and their team, when they start requesting access to the data room, you have everything ready and gathered and available to share with them. Once you've gathered all the necessary information for the due diligence, it's time to market your company. Develop a compelling pitch that highlights the unique selling points of your business. Utilize online platforms, industry networks, even professional business brokers to reach out to potential buyers. In fact, this is something you should not do yourself. Rely on a business broker or M&A advisor. They likely have access to 20 or 30 different websites and networks, groups where they can market for potential buyers and do the vetting and qualification process of potential buyers for you. This can quickly turn into a full-time job. Some of my listings get hundreds of buyer requests. And if you're trying to do this yourself, you can't focus on running the business operationals and day-to-day management and keeping the business profitable while you're following up with hundreds of potential buyers. When engaging with potential buyers, maintain confidentiality and screen them thoroughly. Remember, selling your company is a delicate process that requires trust and confidentiality to protect your business and its stakeholders. The business broker or M&A advisor should handle this for you. Each buyer needs to be fully vetted, and this is done by having them sign an NDA, a confidentiality agreement, and providing background, what their experience is, as well as verifying proof of funds. They have no business learning about your business if they can't be fully vetted. Negotiations are inevitable during the sales process. Be flexible and open to discussion on price, terms, and any other contingencies that may be involved. Remember, finding a win-win situation is vital to closing the deal successfully. It has to work for you, but it has to work for the buyer as well. In order to do this, you need to pick which one's more important, price or terms. You typically cannot have both. You need to pick one. If getting your asking price is key, then you need to be flexible on the terms of the deal structure. Maybe that will require some type of seller financing in order to get the price. If you're firm and you want all cash at closing and you don't want to offer any seller financing, then you need to be flexible on the price. You may not get the full asking price if this is the case. Either way, pick one, but not both. You need to see which one's more important for you. Follow these 5 points and you'll be ready to start reviewing and accepting offers. This will come in the form of a letter of intent or asset purchase agreement. I'll make another video on the vital aspects of what to look for in a letter of intent or a purchase agreement. At that point, now you just need to find the buyer who has the right asking price and the terms and accept their offer. I'll make additional videos as well as what to expect going through the due diligence process and through the closing to get the transaction across the finish line. If you found this video helpful, I hope you'll look at some of my other videos on YouTube where I review all aspects of preparing and better increasing the chances of you as a business owner maximizing the value and exiting from your company with top dollar.